Yes, folks, it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. Do please like and subscribe. Notice I've got my hat on today. Kind present from Larry the Goatman. Lives in Rotherham, you know. It's in Yorkshire. Anyway, I'm going to talk today about the problem with foreign nationals in our prisons. Foreign nationals in our prisons. That is, people who are originally from other countries. And you may say to yourself, well, why is it that there's so many foreign nationals committing offences in our country? Different culture, you see. This is a little known fact, but I'll give you a list of countries here where it is common practice, i.e. less than 25% of the country has sanitation, and they practice what is known as open defecation. In other words, they just go out and have a crap in the streets. Different culture, you see. Tend not to do it in Britain. You know, it just seems to be a little bit unacceptable here. So, a list of the countries, and you can tell me that there are numerous members of these countries who are foreign nationals currently in our prisons. Sudan, Ethiopia, Somalia, Chad, Niger, Congo, Ethiopia. Yeah, open defecation. In other words, you know, use your imagination, yeah? And the current prison population has got, within its approximately 90,000, 10,400 foreign nationals. Now, according to the Ministry of Justice, it costs approximately £54,000 a year to keep an individual in prison. Certain high security prisons will be double that or more, but on average it's £54,000 a year per prisoner. Now, if we've got 10,400, you may say to yourself, well, what's that? Well, let me tell you, it is approximately £560 million a year. That's approximately £10 per head of population to keep foreign nationals in our prisons. And of course there is a culture clash, as I've just discussed, because they come from countries where they practice it's standard practice, not just occasional practice, standard practice. And please don't just take my word for it. Give it a Google or go on ChatGPT, whatever it is, and type in countries with open defecation. And you'll come up with the same list that I've just come up with. And it gives you a percentage of the population with sanitation. And in some countries it's less than 10%. So 90% of the population of places like Sudan and Eritrea are openly defecating in the streets. Charming, eh? And then they find their way into Britain. And what do we get? I mean, it's a wonder we don't have to dodge them in the street, isn't it? Disgraceful. A different culture, you see. You've got to understand that people have got their way of life. And when they come over here, I mean, they don't want to adapt, do they? I don't know, maybe they do want to adapt, but don't get a chance to. Maybe we're not giving them all the opportunities. Perhaps we give them the wrong mobile phone. Or a 4-star hotel instead of a 5-star hotel. Maybe something like that. You know, I'm not personally racially prejudiced, but I'd like to think that England will remain England and Britain will be Britain. Yeah, but It seems not. And also, I don't know if you've noticed, they are arresting people who were demonstrating against what amounts to genocide in the area known as Gaza. And the leader of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, their prime minister or whatever he's called, is now advocating that they displace the Palestinian population and completely occupy Gaza. When does this end? I mean, Germany has just decided that they are not going to be supplying any further military equipment to Israel. And really, we should ask ourselves, do we want to be a part of that? And if we don't take action against it, then we are a part of that. But the people who are demonstrating against this are being arrested. There were 365 arrests in London on Saturday. That's yesterday, by the way. Of people who were protesting this. And if you look at these people, they're not what you'd expect to be radicalised right-wing thugs. We're talking about middle-aged ladies, elderly gentlemen, people in wheelchairs holding banners that says "Stop the Genocide." And what's happening? The police are arresting them. Now, I understood, in the 1950s and 1960s, which was really the era that I come from, and I understood that the police were there to protect the public. It doesn't seem so, does it? More likely to maintain the status quo, which is what it seems to me, than sending police round with leaflets here explaining the migration process. They're not publishing leaflets. We're not stupid, We know what's happening. You've only got to go out into the streets and see. Or order a takeaway meal or an Uber and see who turns up driving it. Not that I go out much these days. Puts me off. Anyway, so Shabana Mahmood, the Justice Secretary, is now proposing that foreign nationals in our prisons be deported after serving 30% of their prison sentence. But a number of these countries will not accept them. So what are they going to do? Well, I'll just leave them in jails, costing £54,000 a year. £560 million a year spent on foreign nationals languishing in our prisons with TVs, Xboxes, playing snooker, abusing the staff, you name it. It's time that somebody at the top grew a pair and started dealing out English justice as it used to be dished out. Mind you, those days are gone, aren't they? So it's that time of day, folks. I'm going to actually read you a poem here. A poem about England, actually, seeing as we're talking about England and English standards. This is by G.K. Chesterton. It's The Rolling English Road. Are you ready? I'll sing after this, but I'll ring the ding-dong dinger, the song dinger, so you can be made aware that the voice is going to come. But this is for a request I had the other day. But here we are, The Rolling English Road by G.K. Chesterton. Before the Roman came to Rye or out to Severn strode, the rolling English drunkard made the rolling English road. A reeling road, a rolling road that rambles round the shire, and after him the parson ran, the sexton and the squire. A merry road, a mazy road, and such as we did tread the night we went to Birmingham by way of Beachy Head. I knew no harm of Bonaparte, and plenty of the squire, and for to fight the Frenchmen I did not much desire, but I did bash their bagonets, because they came arrayed to straighten out the crooked road an English drunkard made, where you and I went down the lane with ale mugs in our hands, the night we went to Glastonbury by way of Goodwin Sands. His sins they were forgiven him, or why do flowers run behind him, and the edges all strengthening in the sun? The wild thing went from left to right, and knew not which was which, but the wild rose was above him when they found him in the ditch. God pardon us, nor harden us, we did not see so clear the night we went to Bannockburn by way of Brighton Pier. My friends, we will not go again, or ape an ancient rage, or stretch the folly of our youth to be the shame of age, but walk with clearer eyes and ears this path that wandereth, and see undrugged in evening light the descent in of death. For there is good news yet to hear, and fine things to be seen, before we go to paradise by way of Kensal Green. For those of you who don't know, Kensal Green is a large cemetery in the Greater London area, and it is now time. That's the song dinger, by the way. Are you ready? Song dinger. So we've got a song here. I'll sing this. I'll take my hat off to do this. There you go. Baldy Head. Good God, man. You're getting old. So I'm going to sing to you now. This was requested. It's a Johnny Cash song. This is Ring of Fire. Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring. Bound by wild desire, I fell into a ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. The taste of love is sweet when hearts like ours meet. I fell for you like a child, oh, but the fire went wild. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, 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 the ring of fire, the ring of fire. There you go. I think we've tortured you enough with that. I sincerely hope that you all enjoyed that. Tales from the Jails, John G. Sutton. Do please like and subscribe. Comments down below.